Teachers and administrators are being held to new standards. Bill 32-420 lapsed into law at the start of the year, allowing educators to lose their certificates for reasons of misconduct. But as PNC's Betsy Brown reports, amendments are likely.
No document, of course, is perfect. We continuously, all rules and regulations, we would continuously amend, update if we need to.
Speaker Judy Wonpat says she's willing to work with teachers who are concerned with her Bill 420, which lapsed into law at the start of the year. The law, which the Guam Federation of Teachers expressed strong opposition to, sets the standards of conduct for educators. It also provides that teaching certificates can be taken away or suspended for professional misconduct.
We do need some rules and regulations in terms of professional ethics because, as you know, other professionals have the same thing in terms of when they're able to receive their certificate and then any violation of law that it can be revoked.
GFT has been against the law since it was first introduced. President Tim Fidenko says they plan to work with Speaker Wonpat and other lawmakers to introduce a new bill to amend the law.
Would like the standards to be specific, right? What you can and what you cannot do, and what is outside the teaching profession versus inside the teaching profession. We expect all teachers to work professionally during their profession, but when they're outside their teaching profession, we don't think it should affect their career.
As it stands, Wonpat doesn't believe the new law can be abused to take certificates away for frivolous reasons.
It has to go through an investigation with the Attorney General's office, so there's a process. But I don't, it'd be totally frivolous, yes, to go ahead and to say that someone is going to be released from their position because, they're in a swimsuit. We're talking about their code of ethic and behavior in the school.
While they seek an amendment to the law, Fidenko says the union is ready to fight for teachers' rights. Betsy Brown, PNC News.
More than 2,000 people are expected to be screened for tuberculosis by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Those persons have been identified as close contacts of a bus driver who was diagnosed with TB. The bus driver passed away recently. Public Health TB Program Coordinator Alice Manalo says most of the contacts have already been notified that they need to be screened. Some of the witnesses and prosecutors who may have come in contact with the patient are still being identified. TB skin tests will be provided for the contacts free of charge at Public Health beginning today. Students from bus number 72 will also be offered screening at their school on January 20th. Manalo stresses that while screening is mandatory, there is no rush, as exposure to the disease takes a few weeks to show in the test.
All right, and anything can happen, so that's why Joanna O is here to tell us what might be happening with weather.
So last night I was on my bed with my phone held above my face like this. And you know what could happen from such action, right? Yes, you guessed it right. I dropped it out of nowhere like this. The point of the story here is that you never know when things will start to fall, whether it's your cell phone or raindrops in the sky, and that's why we're here. Welcome to PNC's weather forecast. I'm Joanna O. Over the weekends, the seas were so rough the National Weather Service had to issue both high surf and small craft advisories. But since yesterday, the seas are calming down and both advisories are no longer in effect. Marianas is currently affected by moderate trade winds and isolated showers, which you can see over the 3-day sky forecast. Expect mostly cloudy with isolated showers for all 3 days. And winds will be 10 to 20 miles per hour for all 3 days, while directions will change from northeast to east starting tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to be 78 to 88 for all 3 days. All right, that's it for me. But remember, you never know when things will drop. Hashtag gravity.